Okay, there we go. Well, hello, everyone. How are all of you? Hopefully, you're all doing well. So, with Final Fantasy 14 going into maintenance tonight in the middle of our stream, or what would be a middle of our stream, I decided that that wasn't probably the best way to go about tonight. So I put up to Twitter, and it's decided to do a visual novel. So I was looking through, and it's like, a lot of these aren't that I have aren't exactly appropriate for Twitch. But this one, see, looked like it was good. It's made by Square. It's called Tokyo Dark, and we'll dive into it here in just a moment. But got a few other things. It's like I want. So I saw where GameStop, after last week announcing that they were laying off and closing a bunch of stores, is now this week announcing that they're now an NFT marketplace. God, do they make bad decisions? Horrible, horrible bad decisions. Also, in our Discord, we've set up some role requests now. So there's some channels that, for like various games, that rather than some of the bots pestering you every day or every couple of days, now you won't necessarily see those channels if you're not interested in those particular games. So your actions, the decisions you make will change the world around you and how your story unfolds. Autosave makes every decision final. There is no going back. Click to continue. When I close my eyes, she's always there. Smiling. Always smiling. What the fuck? Garment fabric the train seat, I recognize a familiar face. Nanka? What's your badge doing in a place like this? Where are you? Ito! Where are you? I've been trying to reach you for 20 minutes. I guess that means you've heard about his phone? Yeah, Saki told me. I'm on my way to Shinjuku now. I couldn't wait for the uniforms to miss another chance. We've narrowed the Jeep down the GPS signal to a back alley in the east part of town. You're the only detective I trust that's near it. That said, I'd be an idiot not to send in a team behind you. Lucky for us, it doesn't look like it's moved in the last 40 minutes. What's your ETA? I should be there in about 10 minutes. How long until your team arrives? This rate, about 20 minutes behind you. Ito, we have no idea what you're walking into, so no heroics. Find the phone, discover what you can about how it's got there, and then report straight back to HQ. Understood? Yes, sir. I know this one's been especially tough for you. He's your partner, and I understand that you want to be the one to bring him home, but, well, are you going to be okay back in the field? I know it's been a while since the incident, so you can't blame me for being a little hesitant. Remember to keep an eye on your spin attributes from time to time by pressing the escape key. Well, that's kind of world breaking, immersion breaking. I mean, I'm taking a big risk in trusting you with this, Ito. We can't have another repeat of Kamakura. I'm fine, sir. I have everything under control. I'll report in once I find the phone. Yeah, it really just seemed he didn't like you. "5 days ago, my partner, Kazuki Tanaka, vanished after leaving police HQ. There was no sign of him and we had no leads. From one of the most populous cities on Earth, he simply disappeared. That is until an hour ago when his phone was mysteriously switched on. Tracing it led me here, to this grimy road on the east side of Shinjuku. Nothing good ever happens in this part of town. In my opinion, the smaller chicken skewer place is the better. At least that's what I used to tell Tanaka. Shabby looking bar with the butterfly logo on the sign. Hostess bar, watered down booze exchanged for fake smiles and a girl to laugh at your jokes. On a normal night, there's no way I'd look for Tanaka here. Tonight's not exactly normal, though. Close, not like I have time for chicken tonight anyway. I'm Detective Ito, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Could smell the cop on you the minute you step through the door. Yeah, sure, ask away, but make it quick. It usually starts getting busy around now. Any strange customers tonight? Seen anyone out of the ordinary? You for a start, but no, detective, it's business as usual. So much I'd love to keep shooting the breeze. If you want to keep talking, you can buy a drink like everyone else. We'll take a drink. Why not? Well, well, you did say you couldn't keep talking without a drink. Now I've had my drink, so get talking. What do you want me to say? Listen, lady, I don't own the place. I just work here. So this is some sort of sting or something. Leave me out of it. If it's bad enough to have mouth breathers like Goto over there chatting me up all night. Don't worry, it's not a setup. Seems there's been some bad things happening in this part of town tonight is all. Bad things, huh? You a rookie? No, not by a long shot. Well, you sound like one. Bad stuff happens here all the time. Seems like every other day I'm hearing whispers, someone getting beaten or a scam going on. Anyone whisper to you tonight? No, as a matter of fact, they haven't, officer. Now, as stimulating as that conversation was, I'm all out of goodwill for tonight. Good luck, lady. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Oh, what are you supposed to be then? I think the one's with the police, honey. Detective Ito, Tokyo Metropolitan Police. Police, huh? My name's Goto. Is the gun real too? Why don't you let me buy you a drink? Maybe you show me your gun and I can show you mine. Charming, how about we stick to questions? You seem like a regular. Have you seen this man tonight? I don't know. I see these glasses. Detective Oto, my eyesight's not so good. Why don't you come over here and sit on my knees so I can take a closer look? I'll pass. Listen, I tried to help you, but if you don't want it, that's fine with me. You're a dick. Detective Ito, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions? No problem at all. You can call me Daizo if you want. I haven't done anything wrong, have I? No, nothing like that. I was hoping you could help me, actually. Have you seen this man maybe sometime tonight? Hold on, mind if I take another peek at that picture? Sorry, I don't think I've seen him after all. Are you positive? Yeah, I definitely remember. You see, to be honest, business hasn't been so great. So I haven't seen much of anyone lately, and I definitely remember a guy like that. Mostly, I just sit here alone. Well, I'm down the counter over and over and over again out of fucking boredom. Can't say I thought this is what I'd be doing on Zonover Bar in Shinjuku, you know. Not to mention, honest guys like me are being driven out of business around here. All the other places like the Hostess Club up the street are cutting corners. So hear that, Daizu. I've got one more question if that's okay. You have a pretty good view of the alley from here. See anything unusual out there tonight? Unusual, now that you mention it, when I went out back before I thought I heard ringing sound coming from inside one of the dumpsters. Just kept ringing and ringing. Speaking of rings, I had to pawn my wedding ring to pay this month's rent. If my wife heard about that, the next thing in the dumpster might be me. Doesn't look like anyone's been home for a while, but I wonder who'd want to live on a street like this anyways. I was drawn on someone tried scrubbing up, but gave up halfway. Such a grabbing looking door. That sure is a fancy lock. Without a code, there's no way I'm getting in. Saw a wooden emblem on the door, so when I can't make it out, makes you wonder what kind of store used to be here before it was cannibalized by bars. Don't, no doubt about it, that's Knox phone, alright, but who would have put it there? No, no, damn, no way I can pry it apart. Jamie had opened, and I'm running out of time. Really leaves only one solution. Blood, no, only fresh red paint. Whole thing reminds me of Kamakura and that girl. There's no time to dwell on the past tonight. I have work to do. Yeah, we'll shoot the lock. Can't believe that worked. Wait, what are you doing? I can't use my gun like that in public. Good thing no one saw me. That must be it. It's a filthy paper bag surrounded by swarm of flies. The ring's coming from inside. I'll need to fish it out of there and get a closer look. So, as I draw nearer, the familiar metallic scent of blood drifts from into my nostrils. Written in the bag are two characters I know very well. What the hell's going on here? Bed in the gruesome red mass is Tanaka's phone. As I slide the phone out, I'm overwhelmed by the smell of rotting meat and the buzzing of flies. And you put it up to your. Oh. Ugh. That. No. No. How do you know my name? Where's Tanaka? Where are you keeping him? tell me, son. Shh. Tanaka's right here with me in the sewer. Come down, there's something I want you to see. This is a dumb idea. Damn, the bars won't budge. The red paint's on both the inside and outside the drain. No, so someone around here must know how to get in. Whoa, 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 lady. We're closed. What are you doing in here? Did you just see that girl? See what now? The lights were flickering, so I came over, but the only girl I see is you. You alright, lady? You're like really pale. Yeah, I'm fine. So, this is like private property. So if you don't go, I'm gonna have to go and like talk to the police. You're already talking to the police. You're a cop? Whoa, what time and officer, sir, ma'am? I think I heard a gunshot or something outside. I mean, I don't know what a gun sounds like, but I've seen movies. I was gonna go out and talk to the cops, but like I thought, what if the guy's still out there? He'll totally waste me. So I just decided to wait out, probably getting high in the bathroom. Good thing you showed up. Hey, do you smell whiskey? No, that must be your imagination. Did you see anyone outside tonight? Around your dumpsters, maybe? Nah, man. And I would know. Those dumpsters are part of my responsibilities and stuff, and I'm pretty observant. The boss is like super harsh about making sure people don't like tamper with them and whatever. Anyway, you're super sure no one's outside trying to kill me, right? 'Cause I gotta go and like finish my duties. Later. Sorry to bother you again, Daiso, but do you know anything about the storm drain at the end of the alley? No worries, Detective. Now that you mention it, you might not believe him, but I swear a fat guy in a suit climbing out of there a few days ago, along with some girl. He's kind of infamous around here, probably at one of the hostess clubs as usual. Maybe the Butterfly Club? Hopefully he stays there. Anyway, that storm drain's bad news if you ask me. I'd steer clear of it. Yeah, probably for the best. Oh, I didn't see if there's any follow-up questions. Red paint. Have you seen someone around here carrying a bucket of red paint? Huh? Paint? No, I guess not. I mean, I wasn't really looking for it either, I guess. Why do you ask? I noticed a couple of red marks near the sewer. Hopefully it's nothing. Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep an eye out, make sure to let you know if I see anything. Just tell me one thing. What do you know about the storm drain leading to the sewer at the end of the street? Oh, sir, what kind of question is that? I don't know anything about some dirty sewer. Excuse me, I got a witness who says someone fitting your description has entered the storm drain at the end of the street before. Any chance that was you? I don't know what you're talking about, lady. Please tell me. I don't know what else to do, and I'm running out of time. Please, just tell me how you. Please. You're serious, aren't you? You're just going to sit there and beg like a dog. Fine, just get up. You'll scare away the customers. I got enough problems already. You want to know about the sewer? I see Goto over there, go in there sometimes with the girls. Who the hell knows what he gets up to? He tried to get me in there with him once, told me it was sacred down there as if it was supposed to make me feel better. I don't piss off. No amount of money is letting me down there with him. Those other girls, well, business isn't always this booming. And since I know you won't piss off until I tell you how to get in there, I'll tell you what he told me. Twist the leftmost bar right, and the next bar to the left, they'll come loose and you can climb in. Happy now? Now, if you could shuffle out of here before anyone sees you, that'd be swell. This is a dumb idea. Someone strung up some cheap lights haphazardly along the ceiling, maybe in a vain attempt at creating an intimate atmosphere? This thing I probably took a few years off my life. The photo's in good shape, and I guess it was probably taken recently. Sanity is a stat. That's lovely. I wonder what the shrine gate's going down here after all this time. Maybe the builders were too superstitious to destroy it when the sewer was built? A thin, freshly painted line of red paint runs slowly down the wall towards the well. Same fresh paint used in the wall and the drain outside. Whoever painted it must be close. Scambo, I could try getting down there barehanded. Gotta think there's something around here I could use to climb down more safely, though. I hate to just go down. If he's down here often, there's some possibility he has some rope on him tonight. I should take his photo to remind him. Actually, okay, so that's what I missed doing. I have reason to believe you might be carrying rope on you. I need it. Ah, Detective Otto, you want to beg for me too? Anyway, I don't know anything about some rope or whatever. I don't have time for this. Why was there, that kind of thing isn't illegal? Well, in your case, it definitely should be. No, it's not breaking into a sewer to do it, however, it is, and this picture is pretty strong evidence to put you at the scene, don't you think? Hey now, say why don't I trade you? I'll give you that rope and you can give me that picture. I was just about to suggest something similar, except I keep the rope and the picture in exchange. You get to stay out of jail tonight. Fine, just take it. You know what? I'm starting to think you might not be my type. I am a very unprofessional detective. Professionalism, minus 25. Investigation, 32. Neurosis, 2. Sanity, minus 8. Percent. I know it's been used, but it's all I've got. Here goes nothing. That ain't creepy as shit. At long last, I'd found Kazuki. His hands were bound, his head was covered by a dirty, blood-stained sack. I'd done I'd gone in all business, ready to handle the situation quickly, get everyone home safe, and go back to a normal life. My plans went out the window the minute I made out his captor's face. It was just he knew very well. 6 months ago in Kamakura, Kazuki and I encountered her in a hostage situation gone wrong. She died. The cold eyes and unhinged smile that stared at me from the shadows at the end of the tunnel belonged to a girl 6 months dead. I stood frozen in a spot, unable to speak as I faced down the impossible. It must be a trick. That's what my subconscious whispered to me over and over to drown out the sound of my beating heart. The girl wasn't supposed to see me, in fact. It seemed that my shock and surprise was what she had wanted to see all along. Fact remained that I was alone and I hadn't told Yukimura where I was, and Tanaka's life was in her hands. It was me and her, alone detecting a girl straight from a nightmare. Police, drop the knife. Straight to business, huh? Not even a hello or a long time no see, Ayumi-chan? It's been a while, after all. I'm not drawing my weapon, so you have no need for yours. I only want to talk. You do? How cute. You hear that, Tanaka? She wants to talk. That's right, we can work something out. No one needs to get hurt. Don't worry, Tanaka, I'll get you out of here. Ito, no, get out of here, please, run. That's enough out of you. You stay nice and quiet until us girls are done talking. Well, go on, talk. I'm waiting. Not so easy when the knife is pointing towards someone you care about instead of some random girl. I'm not falling for it. No, you're not the same girl. That girl is dead. Oh, she is? Well, gee, if I'd known that, it would have saved me a whole lot of trouble. You keep looking at my knife. What, you don't like it? It's so pretty. No one has to get hurt. No, someone always gets hurt. Besides, I don't want to hurt him, Ayami-chan. No, no, no. I'd never want to hurt Tanaka, but I have to. Don't you see? It's the only way. Shh, shh. Do you hear that? Voices, whispers. It's a lot like Kamakura, isn't it, Ayumi-chan? It worked. I was right. Now Tanaka will be able to come with me to the dark. Things will be different this time. He'll help me find the door and everything will change. I won't be alone anymore. And guess what? Good news. We don't need you anymore. No one needs a nasty woman like you. Tanaka says you don't hate me, that what you did in Kamakura wasn't your fault, but I know better. No, 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 no. I don't want to think about those things. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's change the subject. Say bye-bye to Tanaka. He's coming with me. Faced with the impossible, my mind raced in every direction to come up with a logical explanation. The clothes, the hair, the mannerisms were all the same, but I still didn't believe. It was when she mentioned the voices that my defenses began to wear down. There was no way she could have known about that. I'd buried it in my reports, and me and Tanaka didn't talk about it. I began to accept the girl I faced really was the same girl. As I saw the glint of the blade, the smell of cherry blossoms began to mix the stink of rancid sewage. My command to drop the knife only tightened her grip on the handle. and it inched closer and closer to Kazuki's throat. If I planned on keeping him safe, I had to think of something fast. How are you here? I'm Kamakura. I murdered me? No, it wasn't like that. I was trying to. I mean, there's nothing you can do. I know it's confusing, but you have to run. It's your only chance to get out of this. Oh, you be a good little boy and hush now. It almost sounds like you feel bad about it. Almost. All I wanted Kamakura was the mask, but you are hiding it from me. I've been searching for it for so long, Ayumi-chan. So many different shrines. Then Tanaka showed up. He didn't look at me like I was some sort of rabid load ammo, not like all the others. No, 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 not my Tanaka. He wanted to help me, really help me. And I almost believed he would before you showed up. Well, we all know what happened after that, don't we? I woke up in the dark again. I can still feel it. It hurt me, Ayumi. It hurt so bad. I was this close to changing everything, but you took it away from me. I wondered why someone so nice as Tanaka would be with someone as so horrible like you. So I went after him instead. He even gave me the mask. What, you don't believe me? He doesn't care about you. Remember, he wants to help me. But the mask won't wake up, not like it did in Kamakura. It won't work if it's not awake. Oh, but Ayumi, it worked. Everyone always called me stupid, but look at me now. Tanaka and I will be together, and I'll finally find the door. But first, I have to send him there. I'm sorry, Tanaka. It's the only way you can help me. I want you to help me, please. You promised. And you, Ayumi-chan, you can watch. Even though none of it made sense at the time, the girl truly believed every word she said. When she talked about Kazuki, her eyes lit up as if she really believed he was her savior. The situation was deteriorating and her grip on the knife hadn't loosened one bit. I had to keep her talking. I don't know how you're here, but you're not beyond saving. You want help, all right, I get that, so let me help you. Shut up! Shut up! You don't care about me. No one cares about me. My whole life people have told me they want to help me. They want to love me. It's all been a lie. It's not a lie. You're sick, and if you let me help you. No, be quiet. Tanaka said that before, didn't he? Back then, he said it wasn't real. That he could make it better. He was wrong. I'm not sick. Look around you, Ami-chan. Look at me. You see me, don't you? Do you still think I'm sick? What is the dark? What are you talking about? We don't need to talk about that. After Kamakura, I was there. Every time before that, it's always the same. Deep, deep down, the dark, the dark, the dark is always breathing. Can't you hear it? It's here now, very close. It won't leave me alone. It follows me all the time, ever since I was little. At least with the mask, it's quieter. I told you I didn't want to talk about it. I don't want to be alone down there anymore. I won't let it keep me there. I won't, I won't, I won't. I want to sleep. I'm so tired, but the dark, it's in my dreams. It's there every time I wake up. He'll help me sleep. He'll help me once he can see. Won't you, Tanaka? Stop. Wait, please. You have to stop this. You could never stop this, Ayumi-chan. I only brought you here to see it. Once again, a smile crept to her face. She kept on smiling as she drew the blade across his neck. I I don't know what else I was supposed to do. It said indecisive, gave me a dream for indecisive, but it was like, Lady Fluffington? Odd name for a cat, but okay. How are you today? Ah, glad you're so happy. I guess Kazuki already left, huh? You didn't drive him out, did you? No bitey, scratchy. Well, that sells that, I guess. You've been good with him lately, haven't you? If only Yukimura shared your enthusiasm. Something tells me he'll get over it though. Do you have to play right now? All right, all right. Where'd you hide your toy this time? I'm looking at it before you left. A shrine, red paint, has all the patterns the case has been working on the last few months. Yukimura's been giving him hell, saying such minor cases wasting precious police resources, but bullheaded as always, he won't give up. Can't say I get either, honestly. Chasing after some weird kids and vandals isn't his style. It's weird he's been kind of obsessed about this case, but when I ask him for details, he shrugs me off. Maybe I'll ask him about when he comes back. Where is he anyway? It's a bit exhausting being with someone who's on their own schedule all the time. At least he brought coffee before he left, otherwise he'd be in a world of hurt. More sanity, good! Yay! Hello, neighbor. Oh, hey, Yumi, do you want to come in? Nope, I'm on my way out, but I wanted to drop this off first. It certainly has a distinct odor. Ancient family recipe, creamy curry donuts. Coconut, honey, curry powder, but the secret is the 5 hot chilies that are hidden in the batter. They have quite the kick. These bad boys will clean your soul with fire, inside and out. Wait, how are the chilies hidden in the batter? I'm not so sure. And no need to thank me. Your body will thank me after you eat them. But anyways, how have you been? All I see lately is convenience store box lunches and junk food. You need to take care of yourself. I'd be happy to cook for you too if you want. You're welcome around any time. How about tonight, or maybe after you're done working sometime? Tonight might be a bit tricky, and our shifts can run a little late. Unless you're happy with us dropping in around 2 a.m. You make a good point there, neighbor. It's bad enough with you clomping around at night. I am right beneath you, you know. Sorry, Yumi, you can blame the clomping on Kazuki. I'm light as a feather. Don't be sorry, it's the price of living below something so interesting. Then again, there was that one time you started singing at 4 a.m. You were shouting something about the night not being able to end until you sang some idol song. What was it again? That's okay. You can forget about that if you like. To be honest, I liked it. It was reassuring to hear you loosen up. Plus, I like to think it gives me a window into Detective Ito's real side. You know what I mean? My real side, huh? Well, I do like karaoke. Maybe we should go sometime. I can sing in English too. I'm a pro. My girlfriend's thought I was half. I'm quite talented, you see. Damn, that's my work phone. Oh, okay, I should get going anyway. But Ayumi, Yin, don't forget my offer, okay? Come over sometime. I will. Sorry, Yumi. I've got to take this. Ito here. Kazuki, is that you? Yeah, it's me. Thanks for picking up. I didn't know who else to call. I was wondering where you'd wandered off. Why are you calling me on this phone? You're not on the clock, are you? Sorry, I couldn't leave this on one alone. I think I've made a big break. And what, the mystery of the broken coffee maker? Nope, unfortunately that case will likely remain unsolved. The shrine case I've been working on, I think I found a pattern. All the shrines are attached to people whose names are said Kawana. There's so many ways to write Kawana in Chinese characters that we didn't see the connection. Sakura Suspect has been going up and down Tokyo, going to shrines one by one looking for someone. That explains how the pattern seems so random. Doesn't explain the weird markings and the random violence, though. Nope, but it's a start. I had a bit of a snoop through records, and I think she'll be in Kamakura next. I'm headed there now. I can be there in a little over an hour. What do you need me to do? Thanks, Umi. I knew I could count on you. I don't trust anyone else. I just arrived, so I'll get started on the leg work, interviewing people in the area and seeing what they know. Meanwhile, once you get here, I'll need more official stuff. Surveillance footage, public records, and like. Not much to go on, but together we should find something. So I get the boring stuff. Serves me right for showing up late, huh? I'll get you a drink after. Promise you, me, keep an eye out for red paint. It's been on to all the other crime scenes. I'll see you soon. And be careful. If I'm right, this person might be dangerous. In retrospect, the way Kazuki sounded on the phone that day was off. Under his normal enthusiasm was hesitation, a little shake in his voice that told me something was wrong. At the time, I chalked it up to overwork. After all, he hadn't been sleeping much in the weeks prior. If I'd known, hadn't put up a wall of normality to hide away from it. So explaining away his obsession with the case and ignoring me as he tossed and turned, I should have talked to him. In all fairness, I wasn't the only one trying to ignore reality. Kazuki was a fierce investigator. Once he grabbed a hold of something, he followed it no matter how dangerous it was. He kept me in the dark as long as he could, but in the end he needed me, so when he called me, he tried his best to laugh and joke to throw me off the scent. It worked. It worked because I let it. Welcome to Kamakura. I was actually looking for some information. Well, you've come to the right guy. Name's Magira. Did you know that I'm no more mere station attendant, but a volunteer tour guide on my days off as well? A jack of all trades. I can see from your blank expression that you don't believe me, but I'm the best there ever was. I'm not even from around here, and I can still tell you everything there is to know about this place. Guidebooks, maps, the internet, all silly toys for amateurs. I've got it all up here. Right, that's great. Magira, is that Japanese? Anyway, what kind of security do you have at this station? Are there many cameras set up here or around town? Ah, cameras, you say? I guess I should explain. I'm a detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Police. Ah, I see. Well, I'm really less of a current events kind of guy. I'm more of a people and dates sort. Some call me a master of time and identity. If I had to harness my incredible knowledge and ability to examine minutiae of events, I could have become a great detective myself. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Well, okay, maybe this one's a bit more up your alley. Can you tell me about the shrines around here? Maybe someone's off the beaten path? Oh, I know. Just down the street, there's an old shrine, and yes, the shrine is old and nice. Go on. Okay, so dates aren't really my thing. But it wasn't fair. You caught me unawares with that one. I really am quite knowledgeable. Yep, I believe you. So where is this shrine? Easy, just up the road to the right. Or was it down to the left? Sorry, directions aren't really my thing. I see. Well, what do you know then? Well, the locals say it has a weird aura to it, see. Bet you didn't know that. Yeah, I'll have a look around for myself, thanks. I love the cherry blossoms this time of year. Kazuki and I will have to arrange a picnic before they're gone. Red paint. I guess Kazuki's hunch was right. Why this house? I'll leave it for now. Forensics may be able to make something out of this. Well, I'm at least positive insanity, so I'm going to guess that's something. Still minus 20 on professionalism. I'm pretty high on investigation. The divide between the sacred and us mortals. The shrine it belongs to must be up ahead. Wait, look. I see something floating on the river. That was more red marks. I need to carefully fish it out so I don't disturb it. Yeah, but maybe there's something back this way I can use. Sometimes I can just barely use the branch to get the object out of the water without disturbing it. A train pass? Just like I thought, it has red paint on it. I should go to the station and see who this belongs to. Hi, what can the great Madgira help you with? I found this commuter pass by the stream. Could you tell me who it belongs to? Yeah, sure, just. Is that blood? Oh, the red markings know it's paint, I think. You think? Blood isn't really my thing. It's definitely not blood. Smell it. Smell? No, 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 I need to. No need. I believe you. Right, it's not blood. Hand that here. Okay, a little bit got on me, but it's fine. No problem. It's just paint, not blood. Nope, not blood. Deep breaths, Magira. Right, sorry about that. Temporary loss of composure. Allow me to effortlessly find the owner of this pass. Damn thing, I'll just swipe it again. Here. Aha, let's see. As one have it, I know the owner of this card. It belongs to Mai, the youngest star of the Kuwana family. A very interesting family indeed. Oh, and what makes them so interesting? Well, they own a lot of land in the area and have donated a considerable amount to the local shrine as well. I often see Mai working there. The house next to the station with the laundry hung up outside actually belongs to her grandmother. Except for Mai, they're all pretty cloistered lot. She's usually a very careful girl. I can't see her dropping her pass without coming to see me about it. I know all about these passes after all. I'm the expert on train passes. Mai's a good kid. You don't think she's gotten involved with nefarious types, do you? Not with that I'm aware of. I'm sure it's nothing, but I wouldn't mind talking to her regardless. Oh, she's here. She's probably at her grandmother's. Anything else you'd like to know? That's all for now. Thanks. A dark room covered in dust. Hard to believe someone actually lives here. There doesn't seem to be anyone home. What was that? Sounded like it came from behind me. The door opened. Excuse me. Excuse the intrusion. I'm with the police. Is anyone here? Who are you? How did you get into my house? Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. My name is Ito, and I'm with the police. The door was unlocked. You think because you're with the police, you can just walk through my house with impunity? I thought I'd locked the door. What did you say your name was? Not that matters. Whoever you are, you shouldn't be here. You saw yourself in. You can see yourself out the door. I know I locked it. Were you followed? Followed? No, I'm looking for your granddaughter, mine. I wanted to ask you about the red markings outside. My, what do you want with her? She's a good girl. You leave her alone. Last thing I need is some police sniffing around my house. When I came here, I wanted to be alone so that my family and I could live in peace. All you're doing is drawing unwanted attention. Besides, I don't care about those superstitious markings. So you know what those marks are? There were once some who made marks in red so that they wouldn't get lost. A guide to those who passed into the spiritual plane. More likely, it's a vandal. Can you hear that? Why, after all this time, Imiko, is that you? No, she is gone. Why does it call to you so? Perhaps you can be the one to free me from this torment. Perhaps these old bones have severed long enough. If it wants to leave, then I'll give it to you. Whoa, slow down. Give me what? What are you talking about? You'll help me, won't you? Take it from me. It wants to go with you. That is creepy. I am sorry, child. Sorry, what is this? I feel strange. Years we spent trying to answer that very question. Fruitless years. I don't know. I have to get out of here. I'm sorry. Yes, take it away from this place. As soon as I touched it, it was as if the lens through which I viewed the world was jarred out of focus. My vision swirled and shifted, my legs became limp, and a vile smell assaulted my nostrils. I pushed my way back into the entrance. I needed to get out of that house. The wave of sickness that overcame me began to fade as I emerged from the old, musty Kawana house. Immediately, my mind began to write off what I'd experienced as a fluke, feelings brought on by a lack of sleep and a strange case. With a few lungfuls of the spring air, my headache subsided, and the nausea lessened. With every step I took out the door, the strong emotion I felt holding the mask got further away as well. Maybe it was the old Kawana woman who had made my mind to go to such a strange place. What other explanation could there be? But as I walked away from the house, I stopped and broke into a cold sweat. My skin erupted in goosebumps. Something wasn't right. The mask was still firmly in my grasp. My knuckles had grown white from gripping it so tightly. Why? Why had I held on to it? Before I could think of an answer, a scream from the direction of the shrine broke through my muddled thoughts. No, no, we're not going towards that. Well, I guess. So it won't let me go that way. I guess we don't have a choice. That day at the shrine, I saw Reina for the first time, the girl who Kazuki had been chasing and who would be his killer 6 months later. Her eyes kept darting around, making her mental state impossible to read. Until that day, I'd never seen her, but she felt familiar. As I moved toward her, I began to feel uneasy. At knife point was Mai Kwana, who must have been dragged there shortly after I arrived. Even in the warm spring air, I remember a shiver going down my spine. Tanaka, what exactly is going on here? Everything's under control, Ito. Stay behind me. Who is she? Tell her to go away. If she doesn't, I'll do it. I swear. Please don't hurt me. I don't know anything. Please. Reina, this is my partner, Detective Ito. I told you she'd be coming, remember? See, she's staying right there behind me, just like I said she would. No one's trying to trick you. What took you so long, Ito, anyway? Tread lightly and follow my lead. Hey, your name's Reina, right? Yeah. Hi, Reina. My name is Ayumi. I'm a friend. Please help me. You're not my friend. You don't know anything about me. I don't trust her. Keep her back. We won't take one more step, promise. You know my partner's a lot smarter than me. Maybe you should tell her what you told me. About the voices and what you call it? Oh, right, the dark? No, I don't want to talk about them. You said you can make them stop. Can you really? Like I said, I've met other people like you. They were very sick, but when they came with me, I got them help and they got better. I'm sick? It's not real? That's right, though I know it doesn't seem that way. It's not your fault. It's not? No, of course not. If I was in your position, I'd be scared too. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. That's right. No, you're wrong. You can't see it is all. What's down there? Eating everything up. Eating me up. I don't see anything, Reina. It's a beautiful spring day. Nothing more. There's nothing out to get you here. It's below us all the time. It whispers. Shows me things. Things it wants me to do. I can't eat. I can't sleep. There's nothing below us. I know it's confusing, but you've been sick a long time, and it won't get better unless you let us help you. No, you're lying. You want to hurt me like everyone else. I'll do it alone. I've always been alone. I need the mask. That's the only way to fix this, so stay away. Reina, there's no mask here. Isn't that right, Mai? Yes, of course. I don't know anything about a special mask at this shrine. And Reina, Mai wouldn't lie about that, would she? There's no reason to hurt her if she doesn't know anything, right? Quiet, both of you. You're working together. That's it, right? I know it's here. Where is the mask? Where is the mask? Please stop. I don't know anything about it. I don't. I swear. Please let me go. Hey, hey, we talked about this earlier, right? Violence only makes everyone nervous, and people do silly things when they're nervous. I don't know about you two, but it's hard to focus clearly on an empty stomach, and now I'm starving. Are you two hungry? Know what my favorite food is? Pizza. Hey, Mai, what's your favorite type of pizza? Pizza? You want to know about, I don't know. I like a margarita. Well, a little boring, but a classic. How about you, Marina? What's your favorite pizza? I can get one brought in for all of us. Much more pleasant way to talk than at opposite ends of a shrine, if you ask me. Pizza? But what about the... I promise we'll talk all about that stuff later, but first, pizza. I liked pizza too before... Not now. Before what, Reina? Maybe you can tell me about it. No, 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 I don't want to talk about that. Besides, I can't eat. It makes me sick ever since that day. No, no, stop thinking about it. Mom, everyone. I know it all seems impossible, and that you have so many things to overcome before you get better. So, my guess is something happened to her family with her watching, and she's been a little fucked up ever since. A sickness of the mind can affect the body too, and I bet once the doctors have a look at you, they can help with that too. Hey, you join us, right? What's your favorite pizza? You too. Seems to be all the rage. See, no one's out to get you. We'd all rather this go peacefully. Stop. I don't want to hear any more about that. Don't you get it? I won't stop until I get it. What do you mean? Put that knife down, Reina. Then we can help you find whatever it is you're looking for. No, I know what you're doing. This bitch knows. You're hiding it from me, but I know that this is the right one. I can feel it here. And if she doesn't give it to me, I'm going to make little Mai bleed. Reina, listen to me. I'm pretty sure if Mai knew anything about this mask, she'd tell you. Mai? No, her. The one next to you. You said she was a friend. Why would you lie? I can hear them. I can see them all around her. Shadows, voices. You mean Ito? She doesn't know anything about this, Reina. You're a little scared of her, and that fear is playing into your sickness. You have to trust that what you see isn't there. No, stop lying. You don't get it. It's real. She's seen it. But why? Why is it awake? Why? Huh? What is it? Can you hear it? It sounds like it does down there. No. Get back. Can't you hear it? Oh God, make it stop. You said you could make it. Help me, so make it stop. Please make it stop. Please. Tanaka, I don't think she's lying. I think I've seen it. You know what the hell are you talking about? The mask in the house back there. My grandmother showed me a mask. I know it. You lied to me. You lied. Give it to me. Ito, why didn't you say anything before? I'm sorry, Tanaka. How was I supposed to know it had anything to do with this? Does this mean I'm not sick? That you won't help me? No. No, you lied to me. You said it wasn't real, but she's seen it. I can hear it. It's awake. It's awake. Stay back. I came here for the mask. I won't. I'll hurt her. I said I would if you lied. No one lied. This mosquito has. There must be dozens just like it. No one else can hear anything, so let's all calm down and start over. Kazuki, I don't feel well. Ayumi, what's wrong? Why can't you hear it? It's screaming. Make it stop. Make it stop. Kazuki, I'm sorry. For that day, the possibility of ever using my gun on another human being never occurred to me. In my mind, doing so was a failure as a detective, a sign that you hadn't thought the situation through, that all the other options had failed. The Omni I knew would never point her gun at a girl, but suddenly as I stood under the cherry blossoms, that enemy was replaced by someone else. I was a passenger in my own body, looking on in horror as a girl identical to me began to squeeze the trigger. My thoughts were lost in the din of a thousand terrified voices. I wish I could say I lost consciousness or didn't remember what I did, but that isn't true. I remember every moment, every second, every face that looked at me in horror at what I did. I'm not clicking any of those options. But it does look like I got a thing here that's coming more into focus. Hey, it hit 0. Hmm. I'll give another minute here to see if anything else happens. Because it's not giving me an option. Ito, what are you doing? Put your weapon down. Don't do this. The world that had been in a moments before no longer existed. There was darkness, and it was only me, the girl, and a voice told me to do one thing. So I did. Trigger pulling the trigger, Raina looked at me and smiled. I wondered why she smiled then, knowing at that moment what was about to happen to her. It was as if she knew exactly what was happening to me. She looked at me right in the eyes, a bullet ripped through her skull. The smile never left her face, even then. Even after she died. Aimi, can you hear me? She's awake. Listen to me, Aimi. You're going to be fine. You collapsed after the gunshot. Gun, what are you talking about? Oh no, that girl, what did I do? Don't move. You need to rest. What did I do? Calm down. Nurse! Detective Tanaka, if you could just hold her still for a moment. Everything's going to be fine. The nurse is going to give you something to help you sleep. Tanaka, where am I? I don't remember coming here. It's alright, Amy. You were in the hospital. I'm here for you. Now I know how you always like getting ahead of me, but please listen to me. Until the end, okay? A few days ago, there was this hostage situation in Kamakura. It ended badly. You shot that girl. Then, well, the doctors are saying you had some kind of mental breakdown. Ah, you're awake. Good. How are you feeling today, Miss Ito? You seem much calmer now. Ah, you're awake. Good. And how are you feeling today? You seem much calmer now. Yeah, I guess I was a bit confused after blacking out. Oh yes, according to the studios we've read, says we read, that's quite common for people who have experienced the kind of trauma you did. Tell me, do you feel the following symptoms? Please answer with yes or no only. Shortness of breath. Wait, hold on. What happened to Mai, the girl at the shrine? Is she okay? Just yes or no answers, please. Nausea. Where's that mask? The one the old woman gave me. Things from Come Current aren't important right now. Please just focus on your recovery and your symptoms. Blurred vision. What did I do? As I said before, please stay calm and answer only with yes or no, Miss Ito. Fatigue? Where's Tanaka? I thought he was here. Visiting hours are over, Miss Ito. Just answer the questions, please. We've given you a mild antipsychotic in light of your recent episode. We'll call it that. It is our duty to make sure you are mentally and physically fit for duty. You understand? Good. Let me explain your medicine to you. We have conducted a serious test since the incident in Kamakura. We found no evidence of history of neurological damage, schizophrenia, or bipolar disorder. I'm writing up the episode as a stress-induced breakdown. For your safety and safety of others, however, we strongly recommend you take these pills daily for a period of several months. Take a look at your chart, Miss Ito. To help keep track of the well-being of workers in the public sector, we developed the SPEN system to monitor various aspects of your well-being. SPEN stands for Sanity, Professionalism, Investigation, and Neurosis. We'll be monitoring your SPEN attributes closely in subsequent checkups, and I'd suggest you do the same. In light of recent events, let's first encounter your sanity, your ability to accurately perceive the world around you. Oh god, my sanity is just shot all to fucking hell. Without taking your daily medication, given your condition, incidents like you recently experienced are more likely to occur again. For now, I strongly suggest you take your medication. Since your first dose is due today, please take it now. Unfortunately, as you might have noticed, there are some side effects. Though taking antipsychotic medication will decrease the chance for any future psychotic episodes, they may make you a bit drowsy and unfocused. As a detective, this of course may lower your investigative abilities and your aptitude for seeing the details on a case. Although your partner mentioned you may have experienced hallucinations at the time of your breakdown, so taking your medication is imperative to keeping your mind clear of these visions. I should warn you, however, if for whatever reason you are unable to take your medication and your sanity is measured by SPEN gets very low, you may suffer from a total psychotic breakdown. And as I'm sure I didn't need to tell you for someone in your position, that would cause both the department and your family a considerable amount of embarrassment. So please remember to take your medication, Miss Ito. In order to avoid missed doses and form a routine, we recommend you keep your pills in a familiar place like your apartment so you can take them every time you come home. You should also be careful with neurotic actions, endlessly talking to people, pacing back and forth, traveling around meaninglessly, and the like. Studies show that neuroses can act as a multiplier that exponentially speeds up patients' loss of sanity, which, given your current condition, could be dangerous. We found that patients become less neurotic by taking time out to take care of themselves. Detective Tanaka tells me you have a pet. Perhaps spending some time with the animal, relaxing and getting a good night's sleep would help the levels of neurosis we see on your chart. These stress-relieving actions have no negative side effects in relation to your medication or condition. I'll leave it to your superiors and to discuss professionalism with you, but it has a measurable effect on your SPEN chart. Do you understand the importance of SPEN, or do you want me to explain it to you again? No, I kind of understood that even before that. Kazuki, thank God you came. I need to get out of here. They've got me taking some anesthetics to knock out a damn elephant. Did they tell you when they'll let me out? I missed you. Besides, I'm going nuts laying around here all day. Funny you should say that, because I think the going crazy thing is what they're worried about too. That's not funny. Sorry, but in life you can either laugh or you can cry, and if you ask me, it's better to laugh. It shouldn't be much longer now. The doctor says he wants to observe you a little longer is all. How are you feeling? Better, but I don't remember what happened very well. The whole thing is kind of hazy. I remember that I was feeling strange, like there was someone else there with me, and that mask, I'll stop you there, Ayumi. I've heard enough about that thing. It was all over the report. And Yukimura gave me a hell of a lecture about even leaving mention of it in there. Where's it now? That's not important. You made a mistake. No, that's not fair. Given the situation, I don't blame you. Even the report, you can barely even call it a mistake. A highly unstable suspect had a knife to a girl's throat, and you took the shot. No matter what other people say, I'm standing by you both now. And at the hearing, I don't know what you saw, but I know you had a reason for it. You did. People at HQ are already starting to take your side, but please, no more talk about that mask.
It'll only hurt your case and keep you in this hospital longer. Trust me, nobody wants that, least of all me. Not to mention, Yukamuri's had a hell of a time stopping the brass from suspending you. So help him out a bit, will you? What everything you saw that day wasn't supernatural. Besides, thinking about it isn't going to help you get better. So no more about it, okay? You're right. It was a confusing situation. I guess my mind is grasping at straws, trying to come to terms with it. You know, Kazuki, I think I need a break from all this. From being a cop, I didn't sign up to kill people. I know. We'll talk about it later. For now, you should get some rest. There's nothing to worry about. Everything's gonna be okay. I promise. Oh damn it! She put the mask on him and then killed him. Count on him to pester me about my health even when he's gone. I hate these pills, but I'll keep taking them for your sake. Hey, little one, look at you sleeping there. Not a care in the world. At least you're all right. I don't know what I do with both you and Kazuki. No, I can't think like that. There's more to all this and too many unanswered questions. I'll get to the bottom of it. Manage to salvage normal life out of this somehow. Don't worry, little one. It's like all that all happened to someone else. Like the Ito on the page is a different person from some other world. Yeah, it's not. That's what happened to me, or so they say. The article barely mentions the girl, the bloody bag, or the red paint. How can they write that like it's true? The press will try to simplify any story to sell papers, like Kozuki always said. Other things about that night don't add up either. After backup finally did arrive, they couldn't find any trace of the girl. Fingerprints on the red paint were inconclusive, and the knife at the scene was clean, too. That's what they told me, but there's no way that can be true. What really happened down there? You went nuts and you killed him yourself. Avoiding spending too much time in this room lately. Memories of that night always come flooding back whenever I do. Sometimes I think I can hear his voice just beyond the door, and that when I open it, I'll see him there. Finding these last few weeks to just be a bad dream. But it's no dream. He's gone. I don't know what hurts more, the fact that he's gone or the way it happened. Taken by a girl who shouldn't exist. Raina, that was her name. I remembered a few days ago after the sewer, but kept it to myself. At the debrief, they had me talk to a station psychiatrist, and one look from her was enough to figure out why everyone else must be thinking. The police reports, the press, no one's mentioning the girl. But I saw what I saw. If she came back, then maybe. If I only get some time to collect my thoughts and investigate the scene myself, I'm sure I can find something to prove she was there. I doubt they'll let me anywhere near it, though, at least for now. One way or another, I'll find the truth. Hey, I brought you some dinner. You didn't have to do that. You need to eat something, neighbor. Can't just sit around all day, right? I know that. It's alright. You don't have to thank me. I'm no good with this stuff. But I mean, I'm really sorry about Kazuki. I mean, I know that he meant a lot to you and I didn't know him very well, but stop. Just stop. You don't. I'm sorry, Yumi. I didn't mean it. Forget it. Forget I said anything. I'm sorry I snapped at you. I guess it's all been a bit much. That was a big one, huh? I'm sorry I didn't mean to upset you. I know you're not best friends or anything. I was just worried, is all. Sorry, Yumi. That's my phone. Working, it's like they know when you were talking. Maybe I have to take this. And Yumi, thanks for the food. Anytime. Ito here. I'm sorry, I didn't call sooner. I need you to come into the station as soon as you can. What's this about? It'd be easier if we talked in person. See you soon. All the CCTV cameras in the station can be viewed here. Saki stays up to date in all the office drama by having an unrestricted view of the whole building. I've worked with Saki Ishibashi for years now, and she hasn't changed a bit. Her hard work and pleasant smile all are only matched by her love of gossip. Hey, didn't think we'd see you back so soon. Well, where you're not here, I'm here. About what happened. It's all right, Saki. You don't need to say anything. It's just so awful. I know you two were close. I mean, I heard. Yeah, we were, but seriously, you can leave it alone. I'm fine. If you say so, but I'm glad you're being so positive, no matter what people say. I know you cared about him and did everything you could to save him. Thanks, Saki. Wait, what exactly are people saying? I guess I'm looking for to give you a heads up since we're friends. There've been some rumors about what happened to Tanaka. Rumors? What kind of rumors? Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Don't want to upset you. How was it, Saki? We both know you can't keep something like that to yourself for long, so you might as well tell me now. Fine, but you didn't hear from me, okay? On account of all the bad press surrounding Tanaka, the higher ups are looking for someone to pin this all on. Someone close to the case, if you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I understand just fine. Officer Bondo told me earlier that Tyra was boasting about some promotion, then I saw some movers going into your office on the CCTV earlier. It doesn't look good, is all. That guy needs a swift punch to the back of the head sooner than he needs a promotion. And movers in my office? This is too much. See, I told you you'd be upset. It's not all definite, though. All I know for sure is that what I've seen on the monitors and what Bondo's told me. Hold on a sec. Who's Officer Bando? That's not some alias you came up with, is it? I only tried that with you one time, and you figured it out right away. Bondo transferred in from Osaka a few weeks ago, and he's a total sweetheart. Sometimes he comes and talks to me at the front desk when he's free. Oh, did he say anything else about Tyra's mysterious promotion? Not that I remember. All I know is that he's been on the fourth floor doing some legwork for the detectives lately and overheard it. If I run by my office, maybe I'll see this Officer Bando and ask him myself. Hey, that reminds me. If you see him, could you give him this? What is it? I don't think the frog drawing follows standard police procedure. Do you like it? It's cute, right? See, I'm trusting you with this because it's more of a private thing. You'll give it to him, though, right? Sure. It's like I've died and gone back to high school. Yeah, sure, I'll give it to him, but you owe me. Thanks, Amy. You're the best. Guess you better head up to Yukimura's office soon, huh? Ah, so you knew about that too, huh? Thanks for keeping me up to date, Saki. So what's the story with you and the new guy? Sending letters isn't exactly your usual subtle tactic, Saki. Hardy har har, very funny. This one's different. He seems like a keeper, and he's not half bad looking to boot. I mean, I'm almost 25. I'm practically an old woman. If I don't... 25 is an old... What? No, 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 no. Not at all. Then again, I guess at my age, it's like 25 is pretty young, and honestly, to some extent, I would almost say too young for me. Even listening stresses me out, Saki. I'm sure your prospects are fine. I see I'm so down in your viewing habits, Saki. Well, they do pay me to keep an eye out for suspicious behavior. It's not my fault if I happen to notice some other stuff at the same time. Like that Detective Okada always fixes her hair before she sees Detective Suzuki, or that Officer Sato takes off his wedding ring when he enters the building. Anyway, I have to be careful. Yukimura says if anything happens on my watch, that'll make me pay for it. Evidence storage and forensics. There's deception level. Saki's posting they're now watching all the CCTV footage. Investigative units offices. Tanaka and I have offices on this floor. Yukimura's office. Sorry to have to call you in like this, Ito. I know we promised you some time off after the whole rotten situation. I meant to talk to you earlier but with everything going on, well, you know how it is. It's been a media circus for the last 2 weeks. Damn reporters were waiting for any excuse they could to go for our throats, and they found it. Then the deputy chief starts calling me. Then the chief, hell, got a call from the mayor last night. All of them want this case solved and out of mind. If he was here to see it, Tanaka would be furious at all the bureaucracy. Can't even count the number of times he yelled at me after similar speeches I made to him. He was a good man. Yes, sir, he was. Let's cut to the chase. With every paper and news station covering your case, the mayor's demanding a formal inquiry on your conduct. Now, before you say anything, I'm not saying I would have done better in your shoes. The whole thing was rotten, if you ask me. Unfortunately, there are no do-overs in police work, and even choices that seemed right at the time can turn around and bite us later on. It's not only you. I made a mistake that night, sending you in alone. I'll pay for that too. Keep an eye on your professionalism using the spin system from time to time. Don't give those vultures anything to pick at. It's not just the inquiry, though, I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about you and the choices you make. Professionalism, professional or otherwise, have far-reaching effects in the future. People who will work with you and trust you, the options you'll have available to you are all hinged on your ability to keep a professional face. One more thing. Given the circumstances, we think it best to transfer you out of the violent crime department for the time being. Transfer? But sir, I don't understand. I've already done twice the amount of work as some of the veterans. I've only been in the unit for a few years. Surely my record should speak for itself. Well, yeah. I mean, let's at least talk about it first. This is a negotiation, detective. Think of it as a chance to get a fresh start for the next month. You'll continue to be on leave, fully paid, of course. Of course, I'll need to take your badge until you return. The gun you can turn in downstairs when you come back. You'll be helping out with some of the vice and insurance fraud cases. As another detective will be moving into your place, we'll need to clear out your office. I've asked the movers to come in today and give you a hand. Do I make myself clear, Ito? There's more to this, but he's not the person to talk to. Sir, I understand your decision, but surely this move should only be temporary. That's enough, detective. Until the internal hearing about your case is complete, there'll be no further discussion of this. Now please go to your office and pack away any personal items to be shipped home. The rest stays with us, and Ito, take care of yourself. Someone just posted a meme in one of the Discord channels I'm in, and it's just like, really? Because they just did like this whole new photo that's really high res infrared uh, view of basically what would actually account for a small portion of our universe, and compare it to a camera, a security camera, like probably some parking lot or something. And it's just like, well, $100 million camera, $100 camera from the 1980s that no one's ever cleaned the lens on. Well, let's go do what we're told first. Hey, Ito, hold up. I heard you were back in the station. Real shame about Tanaka. He was one great detective. You're right, he was the best. I don't start to believe he'd let himself get caught the way he did. I mean, it's weird, right? He goes missing and can't manage to contact anyone even once. I thought he would have tried to get in touch with you at least since you were his partner and all. Anyway, you shouldn't blame yourself, Ito. It was dumb to send you down there alone with no backup. Let's face it, there's no way you could have handled that on your own. Trying to imply something about me? Who, me? Nah, but what do you expect when they send a little detective in all by herself? All I'm saying is you could have used the help. Well, he's a dick. Sometimes I close my eyes and count to 10, hoping that when I open them, Tiara will disappear. Unfortunately, that tactic hasn't worked yet. I once partnered with Detective Nita, and was surprised by how competent he was. If he didn't catch himself to the hip to Tyra, he could probably make a good detective. Alarm for fires, earthquakes, and other emergencies. Tell me that as the only female detective, it would be best to give me extra space. Which translated to stick me at the end of the hall. What a morning. I'm exhausted. First, the bosses dump me out of violent crime and then send movers ahead of me so everyone in the station knows about my demotion before me. What a mess, as if I wasn't going through enough already. At least with my public shaming, I doubt anyone will have the courage to bother me in here. Gives me a chance to regroup and plan my next move. New emails in my inbox from Ukumura. It looks like it's going out to all the detectives. Let's see. Has been under a lot of pressure. The tragic loss of Tanaka's affected us all. I think I see where this is leading. There it is. Ito will be temporarily reassigned, so he did make it public. How humiliating. You know, not even wait until I was out of the office where he hit send. For all this time, why doesn't he believe me? Doesn't get much worse than this, but it's Yukimura that stings the most. I thought I could trust him. Instead, he tells me to turn in my gun like I'm some sort of criminal. Sitting around here isn't going to change anything. If they won't investigate, I will. First things first, I need to get my hands back on that mask. Raina mentioned it over and over, and it's the only clue I have to go on. Osabando, the recent transfer of Saki, seems that Saki on the front desk is quite smitten with the guy. Hi, you must be the new transfer Saki. I'm Detective Ito. That's right, transferred me in last week. How you doing, Detective? Please call me Bondo. You all have got a big station here, embarrassed to say, but never could find my way around the Tokyo branch. All the while, I get myself lost half the time, to tell you the truth. So this is the one that will take a that's all over the news. Don't worry. Never could trust the press. No, know a damn thing about police work. If you're asking me, and it sounds like you caught a rough one, sorry about your partner. Thanks, rough is an understatement. Ishibashi is at the front desk that wanted me to give you this. Huh, Saki did? Well, hand it over then. Let's have a look. Oh, I didn't reckon she'd send something like this. That's just because you don't know her like we do, Officer Bondo. Yeah, well, do me a favor, would you? I know, not exactly professional. Tell her to meet me on the roof in about 20 minutes. I'll do it myself, but I'm too busy. Ask her yourself. Don't you think you should ask her yourself? I just get swamped with work, and well, I'm not very good with these things. You don't have to, but Sarah passed on the message for me. If you didn't notice, I'm a little busy, Bondo. If you want to fool around with Ishibashi, surely you can do it on your own time. Aw, geez, I won't twist your arm or nothing, but I would sure appreciate it. Didn't think you'd stick around down here after that big earthquake this morning, Maury. Ah, don't mind me. I'm trying to keep my mind off of it. How are you holding up, Detective? Taking one day at a time, I guess. Honestly, I'm surprised you still working evidence. You're not gonna put in recommendations for your promotion. Yeah, I think the people upstairs have got other things on their minds right now, from the sounds of things. Besides, I think they stuck me down here because I was asking too many questions on my last case. May have pissed off a few of the wrong people. It can make me squirm thinking that what I'd be like being in an earthquake in this basement. I wish you hadn't reminded me. Oh, and I'm really sorry about Tanaka. I respect him a lot. He'll truly be missed. Thanks, I miss him too. I actually didn't want to go talk to him. So I figure you actually probably want to have No, son of a bitch. As I held the mask in my hands again, I immediately questioned why I had gone through such great lengths to get it back. This one piece of evidence wasn't worth the risk. It wasn't the answer to my problems. Strange as it sounded, I'd hoped the mask would react in the same way it did when I'd touched it in Kamakura. At least that would justify what I'd done and prove the sensation I felt that day wasn't in my head. The mask I held in the evidence locker was nothing more than rough old wood, no voices or visions, only an eerie quiet left in the wake of anticipation. Of course, I held on to it. The case was only getting started, and Raina's obsession with it couldn't be an accident. It still had a part to play. Mask in my hands, I quickly got out of the station and jumped on the first train back to Shinjuku. Back to the alley where the whole mess had started. Something told me there was more to find in the sewer. The mask itself could wait until later. As the train made its way there, images and thoughts from the night engulfed me. I started to feel queasy. When my stop approached, the pit in my gut changed from fear to something else. I realized I'd had enough of other people telling me what to feel or how to act. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew that the only one who could give me any sense of closure was myself. Huh? No way. I must say, after that performance, I'm surprised to see you show your face again. Look, you can skip the condescending tone. I needed information badly and had no leads. Anyway, I heard on the news about what happened to you and your partner that night. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Thanks. I didn't figure you'd care much about what happened to a cop, all things considered. Considering what, my job? It's true. Police come in here all the time and act like gods. They order drinks, threaten me, and fuel me up, thinking I don't care. My boss tells me to ignore it since happy cops are good for business. Honestly, they're worse than the customers that they're supposed to protect us from. So yeah, all things considered, I don't love the police, but that doesn't make me a robot. Nobody deserves to die alone. If you told your buddies at the station that something terrible like that happened to me, some nobody hostess, do you think they'd give a shit? I wish I could say you're wrong, but years in the force have taught me that being a police officer doesn't make you a better person. A lot of people lose sight of what it is to be human just because some government official gave them a badge. How long have you been doing this job? Not long, only about 2 years, in 4 different shops. They all promise the same thing: better pay and customers that will treat you with respect. I'm still waiting on both those things. Business has been in the pits lately, and I've gotten some offers that might pay better, but they're at clubs with more of an adult vibe. They said I wouldn't have to do anything weird, but I don't know. I've heard rumors about what can happen to some of the girls in those places. Country girl like me doesn't exactly have a whole lot of job prospects, and it'd be good money. This one's easy, don't do it. But ever hear the phrase, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it? No, not really. Well, take it from me. No one's going out of their way to help you, but that doesn't mean you can't help yourself. Just think it over before you say yes to that offer, okay? I think I'd be getting advice from a cop. Alright, I'll think about it. You got a name? Yeah, it's Mio. Don't tell anyone, though. Bosses don't like it when customers know our real names. After I saw you on your knees, I didn't think you had any guts. Guess I was wrong. See you around, detective. Oh, hello, Detective. I heard about what happened that night after the other police and the reporters showed up. I'm real sorry to hear about your partner. I can't even imagine what it's like to lose someone like that. Thanks, Izo, right? Yep, that's me. I'm surprised you remembered that, Detective. No need for detective. I'm not on duty. Ayumi is fine. How are things? Did that night hurt your business too? No, honestly, business wasn't really better or worse because of it. If anything, I got a little uptick when the reporters were here. But eventually they left too, just like everyone else. It was always my dream to cook and start a restaurant, but it's been a constant uphill struggle. What's the point? I know it might not mean much coming from me, but I believe you should stick it out to the end, no matter what. A lot of it comes down to attitude, right? If you stay down in the dumps, people will taste that emotion in the food. That's something no amount of alcohol can mask. Yeah, I guess I've been beating myself up for weeks now. Maybe that's not helping, huh? This person right here does the same damn thing every goddamn day. Every hour of the goddamn day. I beat myself up. I mean, I'm still competing with scumbags around here, but I'll try and keep my head above the water. For now. Thanks, Detective Ayumi. Stop by again anytime. Drinks on the house. Thanks, Azumi. Maybe I'll take you up on that one day. Oh, hey, it's that detective from the other night. I wonder if she remembers me. That detective is right here and can hear you, as he's standing right next to you, Kobayashi. What? How do you know my name? It's on your name tag. Wait a minute, he doesn't have a name tag. This is sus. Don't think too hard about it, kid. You might hurt yourself. I'm just like surprised you need to talk to me again. I don't, just passing through. Oh, right, that's good. I think I already said everything I could do to that other guy. Would have to wreck my brain pretty hard to come up with new material. What other guy? Taito, Titus, Typhon. Tyra? Tyra was here? What did you tell him? Oh, right, Tyra. Yeah, I told him you were here and you were pretty hardcore. Come on, it's hardcore. What does that mean exactly? I told him you were a cop that like didn't play by the rules, who had a drink if they wanted to, like take the edge off and stuff. You told him I shit. What else did you say? Oh, not much else to tell. I told him I heard a firecracker outside before you came in and about the broken lock. Now you said you'd seen a strange girl. I mean, nothing bad. Whoa, your eyes got all intense there for a sec. Well, shit. That's nothing. Just dust in my eyes. Painful, stupid, idiotic dust, that is, causing me to squint harshly. Oh, yeah, Detective, you should be careful. It's super dusty in here. Thank you. I'm going to leave now. You enjoy your day. They're more interested in writing me off as insane than finding answers in that sewer. No more excuses. I need to have a look around and find out what really happened that night. The airship was as heavy in sail as it did the night I came in here looking for Kazuki. Doesn't look like much has changed since then. I'm not sure why I expected anything different. Even turns out to be nothing. I should have a look around and see what I can find. I've already come this far anyway. trying to guide me here, or were there for something else? No one's in question why the shrine gate was down here, or who put it here in the first place. Yeah, Yukimura said it wasn't relevant to the case. Bottom of the well is hidden in darkness. At least use a different rope to get down there. Touching it once was enough for one lifetime. Oh well, I've got no choice. Maybe it was a mistake to come here. All that's left for me here are horrible memories. But I saw Reina, a girl who couldn't possibly be alive in this tunnel, I'm sure of it. Yukimura and the others didn't see what I saw. I have to keep going. There's more to this. More paint. The reports on that night never mentioned this. Could they have missed something so obvious? There's another hatch going further into the sewer. It's possible Reina escaped through it on that night. Maybe I wasn't so far off the mark after all. If Reina used this hatch, I might be able to find some proof to take to Yukimura and put his doubts to rest once and for all. I better keep my guard up. Is this some sort of trick? Looks like the same as where I came in. Does it have something to do with the lights? So that's 2. That's 3. 4. So that's 1. 2. 3. 4. Reina, what is this doing here? Why did you leave this behind? Door seems stuck. I'll have to pry it open. Better head back to the surface and see if I can find a crowbar or something. Shit, the hatch is closed. I'm trapped. This isn't good. I have to get out of here. It's just it's an episode. Like the doctor said, it's not real. Kazuki said it wasn't real. Somehow I knew you'd find you if I came down here. Wait, don't go. Please don't leave me again. My head felt like it was hit by a damn freight train. My room, how did I get back here? I can't remember. The tunnel and those noises in the nightmare all felt as real as the sheets in this bed. Kazuki, I saw Kazuki, didn't I? I felt like he said something to me. What was it? Well, how did I get home? I was in Shinjuku and I went into the sewer. Then what? Maybe Tanaka was right. I'm pushing myself too hard. At this rate, I'll burn out if I'm not careful. Huh? What's this? The photo from the tunnel. Impossible. That can't be. It was a nightmare, a delusion. It wasn't real. I must have picked it up in the station, but no, I've never seen this before. Why can't I remember? Could have been real. If it was, then that means Kazuki really is out there somewhere, just like Reina was. Why this photo? Some sort of stage performance? At any rate, there's no doubt about that. Reina, that's Reina, all right. Maybe someone will recognize her. My mind is racing. I need to take a moment to get my thoughts together before I do anything rash. Hey, Lady Fluff. You don't want to get up either, huh? Don't blame you. If I could sleep my days away like you, I probably would. Thing is, if I stay in here, I won't have any chance of finding him. I saw him, Fluff, last night, sort of, anyway. I don't understand it, but he's out there somewhere. No one can bring him home. No one else will believe me. Yumi, do you know how early it is? Oh, I'm sorry, Yumi, I heard you were up, and the door was open, so I let myself in. Oh, okay, do you need something? No, I figured I'd check in on you. Things have been so quiet lately without Tanaka. I thought you might be lonely. Say, where were you last night? I listened for you, didn't hear anything. I don't know. I mean, I had a late night, you know how those can get, right? Sorry if I worried you. Are you sure you didn't hear me come in? Whoa, that was another big one, wasn't it? They've been more frequent lately, huh? Why something were to happen to you? What if I didn't know where you were? You can see why I'd be worried. You don't have to look after me. I can manage. Don't say that. We're neighbors. It's my job to look after you. He's going to take care of you if I don't. I'm okay, really. I should probably get ready soon, though, so. Right. I can take a hint, but I mean, don't work too late, right? Yeah, so the effect is not cumulative like I was hoping. It has diminishing returns. Come here bright and early to talk to me. Assume you're looking for something. Something like that. I was hoping we could chat off the record. Well, I know how this goes by now. You're going to stand there until I tell you something, so what do you want? Here, have a look at this. There's a possibility she was around this area when Tanaka was taken. Great detective like yourself must know how many girls pass through this part of town on a nightly basis. I'm well aware. Lucky for you, I'm not asking about all the girls, just this one. Well, what do you expect then? How would I remember something like that? It's kind of hard to make out, but the girl has red hair if it helps that. Red hair, huh? Oh, yeah. That changes everything, except it doesn't. What's your point? Well, I think I might have seen her a few weeks ago during the incident, so. Chat my ass, you're still working. Well, let me help you a little. Picture there says 1996 on it. So I'm pretty sure whoever gave that to you is pulling your leg. Not sure what they're paying you for if someone like me can tell you that. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to work. Hey, hold on. We were just starting up a conversation here. What exactly do you want me to say? I can't lie to you, can I? Well, I could, but you'd only come back here again. Nor the date. It's not. It might not even be a date. I could be. It could be a room number or a password for all I know. So think hard. Honestly, I don't think there's any other way to say I don't know that I haven't said already. This girl wouldn't have been just another girl. She would have stood out. So think. My gut tells me she passed through here. Alright, I'll put my thing cap on. You're messing with me now, aren't you? Who, me? Why ever would you think that? As fun as this is, I'm not lying to you. I don't know her is all, and trust me, if telling you'd get you on my hair, I would. And else can help you with, pour you a good morning drink, perhaps? Papers are saying you might be crazy. Take care of yourself. Yeah, I would say she's a little off her rocker. Oh, hello there. You're in bright and early today, or how are you? I've been better, but thanks for asking. Oh yeah, is there anything I can help you with? Maybe, any chance you've seen this girl? She's pretty cute, or at least she might be under the creepy marker. She does look familiar, but I'm not sure why. Familiar? You've seen her here? Here? No, I don't think so. It says 1996 in the corner. Wonder what that means. 96 was a good year for me. That was the year I made big plans to go to culinary school and become the world's greatest chef. Didn't have a care in the world other than my food. Look at me now. Didn't quite turn out the way I planned. Selling greasy food to people who wouldn't know good cooking from a convenience store rice ball. Wish I could go back. One moment here. Wish I could go back. Sorry, I don't get lost in thought. Hey, could I have a look at that photo again? Yeah, of course. I think I might know who it is. She looks just like this flash in the pan idol from way back when. Had a hit song or something like that. Anyway, her name was, Sparkly Diamond, dang it, I can't remember. Sorry, I thought I had it. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Anyhow, that was when I was younger. She must be married with kids by now. Are you positive it's the same girl? Well, it sure looks like her, that's for sure. It's kind of embarrassing, but was really into idols and stuff when I was younger. I kept a scrapbook and everything. I hope no one ever finds that. Okay, so she looks like an old idol. Anything else? Nope, not that I can think of. I know someone younger than me. She may have been around towards the end. My old obsession. Hope that helped a little. It did. Thanks, Daizo. No problem, Ayumi. I'll see you around. Yeah, but I think that number in the picture is the code. Hey, what you doing? I thought you guys only worked at night, like you were nocturnals or whatever. Oh boy, I'm probably going to regret this, but have you seen this girl? Whoa, that's some creepy stuff. Did you like mark all over her face for revenge, man? That's pretty messed up. Yeah, I didn't. Listen, I'm not sure what exactly I expected, but I shouldn't bother you, so I'll get going. Whoa, 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 like, slow down, detective. What you've got there is a genuine pop idol performance photo there. Wait, you know something? I mean, you know about this picture? Yep. So, what is it? Well, based on the lighting and outfits, it looks like it's pretty ancient. I mean, like it might be over 10 years old now. If 10 years is ancient, I'm not going to ask how old you think I am. Anyway, what else can you tell me about this photo? Oh yeah, I'd recognize that stage anywhere. It's in this cozy little spot in Akabara. The little lady was probably like based there or whatever. This one time, me and my girlfriend were at a concert there, and I think she had the hots for me, so. Okay, I get the picture. Akibara, well, huh? Well, I gotta say, kid, you really know your stuff. Yep, people tell me that a lot, you know. Like they think I'm pretty wisdomful. Wisdomful's not even a word, I don't believe. No, not that I. Oh no, been fun chatting, but I better get back to work. Place would fall apart without me. Well, we unlocked a new location. No, there's no way for me to take a look at that picture and try and go over what that number means. Because I think I know what it means. Cheap cologne and dumb muscle shirt aren't going to be enough to convince me this guy's tough. On any other day, I'd probably enjoy messing with a mouth breather like this, but I doubt he'd know anything about pop idols or Reina. I should move on for now. Side, there's a few salarymen gathered around looking at pictures of high school girls posed up on the wall. I've got no interest in going inside a place like that unless I have to. As a matter of fact, I can't really tell what kind of place it is. The two guys standing outside the ramen shop look foreign. I can hear them speaking fluent sounding Japanese. They're poring over what looks like a map and some drawings. Hi, I don't mean to be rude, but I couldn't help but notice all the maps and notes you guys are passing back and forth. Seems kind of intense. No, thank you. Oh, sorry, thought you were going to hand us a flyer. We ducked in here to escape a very persistent maid. You're not a maid in disguise, are you? Nope, I doubt I could summon the pep required to be a maid for 10 minutes, let alone all day. I was just curious about what you two were doing. Uncovering all the hidden secrets of Akiba, of course. What about you? Something kind of similar, actually. But you guys seem a lot more well versed in the area than I am. How far back do these side streets go, anyway? Oh boy, you don't even know the half of it. There's whole mazes of electronics stores, stalls selling computer and radio parts, and about anything else you can imagine. We decided to map out the area, bit of urban exploration. I'm sure it's not very original, but it's been a fun side project. Akibara is a fascinating area, that's for sure. Urban exploration, huh? Sounds interesting. Most of my friends just sleep on their days off. Are you guys English teachers? Who, me? No, I'm a writer. Well, an aspiring writer. I've only gotten a few gigs. I'm a web developer in my day job. But it's projects like this that give me fuel for the creative fire. Who knows? Maybe you'll be reading something and find an anecdote about this conversation in it someday. I'm an artist, graphic designer on the side. Cody here commissioned me to come out here with him and make sketches as we explore the city for the book he's working on. Huh, I never would have guessed people would be doing things like that. What kind of book are you writing? Urban horror, neo noir in the seemingly clean streets of Tokyo. I doubt you believe the things that go on in the city, even if I told you. I wouldn't. It might surprise you how much I'm willing to believe. So, have you been mapping out this street? Anything interesting about it? Interesting might not be the word I'd use. I've been getting kind of weird vibe around here. I mean, on the surface, it looks like any other side street in Akiba. It's got everything you'd expect: a smoky arcade, a maid cafe, a cat cafe, a couple of bookstores. Nothing unusual there. Not for Akiba, anyway. So far, so good. We're almost ready to move on, but. See that elevator over there? Yeah, sure, what about it? Looks normal, right? Well, looks can be deceiving. Yeah, we've got a little pet theory about it. Get this. We think it eats people. You think the elevator eats people? We've been checking it out the last few days. As far as we can tell, it doesn't belong to any store in that building. And get this. It only lets certain people in, and when they get in, we never see them come back out. Yeah, go ahead and try it. We have. So logically, it's either eating people or Yakuza vampires. That would be an interesting Yakuza game. I thought a lot about it. I'm pretty sure it might be a thing. I mean, there's a ton of shady activity around here. Damn, Sion, that's might be the book, The Yakuza Vampires of Akiba. Write this down. What? No, I'm doing better than writing it down. I'm already making some sketches. I think it's the best idea you've had all week. Didn't you say you had knew some Hollywood agent in L.A.? Yeah, and once we write this, there's no way they can ignore it. Vampires are all the rage, or they were. We can bring them back. You guys certainly have a hell of an imagination. Take it from me. This city has a lot of strange things that happen in real life too. Trust me, you start asking around and you'll be surprised what people tell you. The elevator's out of service. Hey, sorry bother you. I'm Ayumi. What's your name? Hi, I'm Mocha. Whatever you want, make it quick. I'm kind of waiting for someone, so. Alright, I'll cut the chase. Can you tell me anything about this photo? What decade is that dress from? Wait, Glow 6? Uh-oh, this isn't some idle thing, is it? If you're from some modeling age or whatever, I'll tell you right now, there's no way I'll wear that kind of gothic Lolita stuff. No, nothing like that. I'm an investigator of sorts. I'm less interested in the fashion, more about the girl herself. How should I know? Idol stuff's so boring. Hey, are you liking the investigators on TV? Did that girl cheat with some guy's wife or something? That's so exciting. You know what you should do? You should totally ask the collector about that photo. What kind of collector? No, the collector. It's like a name he gives himself. Guy knows everything there is to know around here. My friend Akane told me about it. If that girl's in Nakabara, I bet he knows about it. Why is this guy an expert on idols or something? No, weren't you listening? Like I said, he knows everything. Which shops are employing foreigners illegally? Who's behind on their rent? Hell, he even knows which capsule machines have the rarest stuff. At least that's what I heard. No offense, but why would some high school girl need information like that? Well, it's complicated. Akane works around here part time, and there was a customer who used to come in and kind of obsess over her, a real creep. Before long, he was following her home. She complained, but her boss wouldn't believe her, so Akane asked the collector to give her something to make the weirdo go away. And did he? Sure did. He gave her a photo of the guy that she mailed to the creep's wife. Just say it was incriminating. What did he get out of it, this collector? Why don't you ask Connie herself? She's out with someone right now, but should be back any minute. Thanks, Jose. I just might do that. Tiny ramen shops like this one brings me back. When I was a student, I used to go to a ramen shop to get bowl once a week. It was my own private little ritual. A cat-themed maid cafe. It's supposed to be a regular cat cafe. Maybe there's a police-themed maid cafe somewhere. What kind of screwed up place would be a police-themed maid cafe be? Kazuki would have gotten a kick out of that. One of the many foreign tourists who frequent the electric town side of Akibara. A Hawaiian shirt with a fanny pack, huh? I doubt he speaks enough Japanese to be helpful to me. Small bookshop that smells mostly manga and cheap, brightly colored magazines. Hi, do you mind if I bother you with a few questions? It seems like you know the area a little better than I do. You're not trying to sell me something, are you? Nope, don't want anything from you except a little bit of your time. If you can spare it. Good, I'm at Sushi. Nice to meet you. How can I help you? Nice to meet you too. I'm Ayumi Ito. I'm looking for someone, but I feel a little out of my depth around here. Everything in Akabara feels a little strange to me. Ah, that's one way to put it. My bookshop's nestled in between a cat maid cafe and a cat cafe, so yes, it's all a little strange. Honestly, it's a stressful set of neighbors to have. Not a fan of your neighbors? Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, who doesn't love maids? Um, the cat cafe is a different story altogether. Don't get me wrong. The owner's a nice lady and all, but those cats of hers make a lot of noise at night. If she's not careful, they might drive the locals a little crazy. Guess it's some consolation that the little buggers are so damn cute. Things have really changed around here. When my father owned this store, this area was nothing like it is now. Had more authenticity. Nowadays, everywhere I go, it feels like it's one big advertisement. Guess I'm not one to talk. I'm not any better. This bookstore used to be a real hidden gem. We sold original prints and rare volumes. My family were known as quite the collectors. Collectors? Well, not me. The collection mostly belonged to my grandfather. He had a real eye for art and took pride in finding original works. I admired the hell out of him, but his devotion to the arts couldn't keep up with the times. Nowadays, I just sell weekly manga magazines. I've done pretty well for myself. I can't complain. I never had the talent or the eye that my father and grandfather had. But I guess you don't really know how much something means to you until it's gone, you know? I do. Thanks for your time, Atsushi. No worries. My normal customers aren't quite as chatty, so having a talk like this was a nice change of pace. Since I looked out getting an apartment that allows animals. If I didn't, you'd probably find me in a cat cafe every other day. Hello, miss. My name is Ito. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? No, I'm the owner, Sachiko Akiyama. Say, you're not a health inspector or anything, right? We already had an inspection last week. Like for both of us, I'm not. I'm investigating something and was wondering if you've seen the girl in this photo. Well, Monster looks kind of like all the other girls around here, you know? The maids and stuff. I don't know much about it. That makes two of us. I feel a little cut out of my depth. Oh, sorry about him. He can be a little friendly. Too friendly sometimes. Hello there, little one. What's your name? That's Tomo. You might not want to touch him right now. He's a little sick. He's making some messes, if you know what I mean. Out both ends. Guess you can see why I was a bit concerned earlier. I took him to the vet this morning, but they can't figure it out either, and told him to wait it out, but I think it's getting worse. Sorry to hear that. Does this sort of thing happen often? No, no, of course not. My cats all get the best care. They're fed the best food, are on the best kitty cardio routines, and are pampered day and night. I even read the paper to them to make sure they're up to date on current events. You, okay. I guess some people would enjoy reading the paper to their cat. I don't think the cat would actually give a fuck about the paper, but sure, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Cat collector? Yeah, she's a breeder who lives around here who specializes in knowing everything feline. Oh, not on the rug. And he threw up again. I'm sorry. Can you excuse me for a second? No problem. I'll come back another time. Hope he feels better soon. Welcome, gentle mistress. I, Aiko Neon. What's your name? Yes. Hi, I'm Ayumi. Your table will be ready in just a few moments. We apologize for the wait and hope you can forgive us. Does the mistress have a membership card? No, I don't. But hey, hold on. Take your hands off me. It's where that person guide you to your table. There we are. Don't you feel better? Actually, I was hoping we'd talk about. Oh yes, that option is included on the menu under full access communication. It's only 1,000 yen extra, and then you can ask all the questions you want. But if you want pictures, you'll have to order the Purdy Checky photo option. Only 1,000 yen per photo. I think we've gotten the wrong impression. I'm clearly starving. Where are my manners? That wasn't very polite of me. What can this humble servant fetch for you? No, hold on. You're not listening. I only want to ask you about a photo. Oh, you're so hungry you don't even remember me explaining You've got her delirious. We'll get you food soon. Ellie would love this part. And all are available to come in a drink set. I think you have the wrong idea about me. I'm a detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. I'm going to insist you answer my questions. Oh my, that does seem serious, and I'd love to help you. Just one little tiny detail first. May I see your badge? Excuse me? I certainly wouldn't want to offend you, but there are lots of cosplayers in this part of town. The costumes can be really good. Oh, I don't. No much, huh? How convenient. I certainly haven't met any female detectives before. Something smells suspicious, and I don't mean in a good way. Yes, but, well, detective, let's stick to the rules, okay? Listen, I won't make take much of your time. It's one quick question, so. No conversation with reservation. Those are the rules. Okay, okay. I'll have the, let's see here, the pancakes and the. Oh, excellent choice. Those are very popular items on their menu. Right, so I ordered, that means I can finally ask you about this? Before you order Rise, you must first do Ultra Secret Neon Pan Fan Cheer. Oh, do I have to? Come on, surely I don't need to do something silly like that. But I must insist. One can't taste the love cooked into the pancakes unless released by the fan cheer. What the fuck? I'd be like, I'm going out the fucking door. Fine, you win. What do you want me to do? Excellent. Already I can feel the love pouring from your kind heart. Let's begin, please. Place your paws into the air like this. Like this. Are you sure you haven't done this before? Now you must repeat these sacred verses. Nyan malo, nyan palo, nyan wallo pa. What? Um, don't forget to raise your paws. Unbelievable the passion, the vigor. I can feel the love pouring into the room. I would have been like, if I even got to the point where I'd actually say and do this shit, I'd be like, it wouldn't have been anything with passion. It was like, nyan palo malo got the. You know, I can't lie. I do feel like a bit of negativity just flew out of me. Now that I've said the chair, can we? Oh my goodness, Mistress uh, Tanayan, your pancakes have arrived. That was quick. Hold on, you told me that pancakes were shaped like little cats. Oh yes, they're painstakingly made with love by our staff. There's a little whipped cream tail. It's so cute. No, Ayumi Nan was saying something about a picture, as I recall. Hold up, no need to rush things. We can talk. We can't talk, right? Wait, what? Does your maid staff actually make these? Because they were amazing. Of course. And now that you've eaten, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Oh, right, that. Have you ever seen the girl in this photo? Let me see. Whoa, are you alright? I am concentrating to my fullest. Oh, but this young mistress is not familiar to me. Ah, I see. Well, thanks anyway. That dress is so pretty. It looks like it was custom made. I've seen some of that quality before. Maybe you should ask the collector. She's a fashion designer in Akabara who designs costumes for the maids and idols who don't have a big budget. Collector, huh? How can I find her? Supposedly she has a shop on this very street. Supposedly? She's a very mysterious lady. My coworker Mina Manon has met her. Her shift starts soon. You should ask her about it. I will, thanks. Oh, and next time can I get a picture of the pancakes? I ate them so quickly that I forgot. Of course. Collector is the only clue I had, and I knew that if I were going to get any further in the case, that was the thread I need to follow. Hell, this was the friend I heard about. Kane, right? Oh, yeah, but if you'd open your eyes for literally 2 seconds, you see we're a little busy right now. Go away. Why do the little kitties there look so unhappy now? They looked so happy previously. What's wrong? I don't know you. What do you care? Tell me what happened, maybe I can help. One of our customers is an asshole, that's all. Customers? Don't look at her like that. It's not what you think. I work at one of the cafes around here. They want high school girls in uniform to serve food and play games and stuff. Nothing weird.
Usually customers want to hold my hand or pretend to be my teacher. Sometimes they buy me things. It's harmless. It doesn't bother you that these customers who want to hold your hand are mostly middle-aged men? I mean, it bothers the fuck out of me. Hey, you don't know her. Don't act all high and mighty just 'cause you're older. It's better than working in some shitty restaurant or a convenience store. Fine, you're right. I can't judge you, but obviously something isn't working out. She's crying like that. I already told you, one of her clients is an asshole. Right, why don't you tell me what happened? I don't get him. He was nice to me, but then I said I wouldn't go into this dirty sewer with him, and he snapped. He threatened me and told me I was an ugly little girl. Wait, back up. Did you say he tried to get you to go into a sewer? He's just a fat, disgusting old pervert. I never want to see him again. He was so nice before and would hold my hand and say how pretty I was. Why would he say all those things? Fat old pervert who goes into sewers? Yep, there's no about this client of yours. I know him. You know him? Make him stay away from Akane. In fact, make him stay the hell out of Akabara. Before you said you wanted to know about the collector, right? How about this? You make so me and Akane never have to see this fat, four-eyed pervert again, face again, and we'll tell you everything you want to know. Well, do we have a deal? If we're dealing with who I think we are, then I'll be more than happy to help out. Really? Thank you. I think I heard him say he was heading to a club in Shinjuku before he left for the train station. Okay. Oh, she's here, but well, the thing is, I don't think she'll be able to talk. Something awful happens. It's really bad. How about we're talking? That's pretty fucking bad. I should talk to you. Wait here one moment, please. Hi. You alright? I heard something bad happened. Maybe I can help you? I don't think I can even talk about it. Every time I think about him, I just want to go into the back and cry. Try and relax. I'm a police officer. I'm sure I can figure out a way to make this better. Well, it's Samuel. Samuel? Who's he? A distant relation of yours? My boyfriend? Did he hurt you? Run out with your money? My best friend. He's missing. Okay, I think I see what's happening here. Her ultra rare, one of a kind kitty plush mistress. These things don't grow on trees, you know. A teddy bear. You lost a teddy bear. A plush. Was not a teddy bear. He was an ultra rare cat plush. Oh, cruel world! The hideousness of the cosmos laid bare before my very eyes. Why did I think you'd understand? No one understands. I'm all alone. We're all alone, and then we die. Oh, I hate seeing her like this. I don't think she'll be worth of much use to society until she finds a replacement for beloved Cuddlesworth. Thank you for listening. While you're here, want some pancakes? Listen, I can't promise you as rare of a plush as Samuel Snipe. We'll find you something, all right? Cuddlesworth? Samuel Cuddlesworth the second, twice removed, actually. Why are you looking at me like that? About the collector you mentioned, the cat breeder? Oh yeah, sure, but he's not a now keeps throwing up and pooping a lot. I'm worried he might be really sick. I don't know what to do. When did all this start? Yesterday, something he seemed a little upset, but I didn't think much about it. But this afternoon, he's really started to explode. If you catch my drift. I don't get it though. Nothing in his diet has changed. That does sound odd. What's he eat normally? Oh, you know the usual stuff. Sashimi mostly. Sashimi? You're joking, right? No, of course not. Why'd I joke about that? You can't feed a cat sashimi. Of course you can. And the wild cats catch the fish right out of the streams. It's the same thing. That's not exactly the same. I have a cat, and I bet you feed it in those store-bought foods with all the extra vitamins and minerals added in, right? Well, yeah. Sucker, you bought into the corporate lies about pet health. Kitties can't be healthy eating that chemical swill.
I I gotta grab that for Rock. Chemical swell. Well, my cat's also not puking everywhere, so sorry. I guess you're right. I got a little carried away there. I didn't mean to be rude, especially since you're only trying to help. That's all right. Your cats do some pretty healthy. Was there anything different about today's lunch order? Now that you mention it, I usually only order one box from Soichi, the sushi vendor next door. But for the last few days, I've received two boxes. I didn't really think anything of it until you mentioned it. Oh, what do I do? Say, you don't seem too busy. Why don't I seem busy? I am busy. I am very busy. Do I have a face that says, please give me errands? Well, no, but you're a fellow cat lover and you seem so nice. I'd only take a second to go talk to Soichi. Honest, I would, but I can't leave the store. I can't even think straight about the cat collector or anything else until this is off my mind. Please go talk to him. Alright, I'll have a chat with Soichi and see what he knows. Thanks, you're a lifesaver. Hey, Soichi, right? I was wondering if you can set up recurring lunch orders maybe twice a week or something? Yep, that's no problem at all. We do that kind of thing for a lot of business around here. Why do you ask? I was just at the cat cafe next door and saw one of your boxes, and work's moving me here in a few weeks, so I thought I'd see what my options were. You come from Sachiko's place, huh? Yeah, she's had a standing order with me for years. I'm surprised one so small can eat two whole boxes. Two boxes? No, her order is only for one. If she was ordering two, I suspect she was feeding it to her cats. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Anyway, do you normally deliver them yourself? Sachiko's right next door and a very sweet lady, so I always try to do it personally. That said, when it gets a bit hectic, I ask some of the other regulars around here to run it up for me instead. If you see Sachiko, make sure to give her my regards. I'll try to get up there next time. So about that same order you wanted me to set up. Oh, I need to think about it a little bit more. I'll get back to you later. Thanks for the help. A little sketchy me, but definitely not a cat poisoner. Finding who supplied that second box should lead me to a suspect. You don't catch me dead in a place like that. I hate cats. Every time I see one, they always try and scratch me. That's a weird thing to ask. I got a box lunch from the convenience store. Why? What the hell are you talking about? What cats? Why would it sound like that? Ah, it makes sense. He's creepily standing nearby. Doesn't like cats. Cats, no, I don't like cats. I have an allergy, understand? Lunch, I'm not interested. Thank you. Poison cats, me? No, no. Is this culture's thing? No, thank you. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, sure they're alright. I used to have a cat growing up. You ask me on a date, lady? When I'm on the clock, I usually get a box of sushi from Soichi down the street. Huh? How? Wait. It's not what you think. I rent an apartment above her shop, and the furballs are always yelling all night. The nut job owner gives them sashimi at lunch, so I just add some laxatives to it is all. I wouldn't seriously hurt them or nothing. A little cleanup is fair payback for her cats keeping me up day after day. That woman's ruining my damn life and doesn't care. I know I'm not the only one who thinks that either. She should be glad it was me who taught her a lesson, not someone else. Alright, fine, I get it. You are at the end of your rope. Thing is, I'm kind of a cat person, I'm kind of a cop. Consider this a warning. Fine, whatever you say, lady. That's not where I want to go. I want the other cafe. This may not surprise you, but your upstairs neighbor isn't your biggest fan. Takumi, that little rat. What did he do? Is Toma going to die? If he does, I'll wring his little neck. No, it's only some lactose in the food. I think he wanted to ruin your day, not harm the cat seriously. Oh, thank goodness. I'm so relieved. If it's lactose, so Toma should be fine in a day or two once it clears out of his system. What a little scumbag. What's his problem? He mentioned the cat's been keeping him up at night. Few weeks of that, and anyone might crack. You're right. I'm so used to it, I don't notice, but I'll get a contractor to come out and see about finally soundproofing this place. You nearly made my heart stop. I'm glad you'll be okay. Now that one mystery is behind us, could you return to our discussion about the collector? Of course. I've only visited her once. I wanted to add a very rare Balinese breed to the cafe, and after searching for weeks, I was convinced it was nowhere to be found in Tokyo. Just when I'd given up hope, I got an email out of the blue from her saying she had the breed I was looking for and to come to her shop. So I'd say I was ecstatic. Business was doing alright, so I had some money to spare too. Only she didn't want money. She wanted Panda. She wanted a panda? No, Panda was the name of an old cat I had. She was nothing special, an old mixed breed who moved to Tokyo with me when I was starting up. I doubt I would have started this business if it wasn't for him, but he was also really old, having some health problems. The collector said she'd take care of him, give him the best medical care, feed him the best food. Panda's last days would be in complete comfort. In exchange, she'd give me the Balinese kitten for free. I thought it was the right thing to do. But Panda's family, what kind of person am I? I gave him away. I miss him so much. I tried to go back and give the kitten back for Panda, but the three cranes outside of her shop were gone, and I never saw her or Panda again. That's all I remember. Sorry. Remembering Panda always makes me sad. Thanks for the help. I should get back to work. Go to Shinjuku here. Oh crap, you know you're bad for business. Don't worry, I'm not planning on staying long. Where's Goto? You sweet on him all of a sudden now? I'm not messing around. You seen him? Yeah, I saw him outside the bar 15 minutes ago. Where was he heading? Where do you think? Towards his favorite love spot with some little thing in tow. But believe it or not, I didn't think to follow him behind that. Better be quick. With all the cops hovering around, I doubt he'll stay there for long.
Oh, if it isn't my favorite detective, suppose I should thank you. Ever since that night, this place got more of a dangerous appeal. Detective, you called the cops? I'm getting out of here, you creep. Bitch was a prude anyway. Would barely let me touch her. You're not a prude, though, are you? Now that we're alone, why don't we start from where we left off? Don't look at me like that. She's 16, old enough to know what she wants. As else, we can do whatever we want. No. And uh, just no. Sure, another standard felt so familiar. Guess I should be grateful that you haven't broken out the rope yet. First, I warn you about trespassing. Then I find you here again after some girl in Akibara says you've been harassing her. You've been following me, huh? Didn't realize you liked me that much. It's okay, detective. I know why you really came and followed me. No one will disturb us down here. You're disgusting. How many students have you harassed and lured down here? Like I said, I like them young. I'm not sure why you're laughing. Harassment and stalking of a minor is a crime, and one that I'm sure your company wouldn't appreciate being public knowledge. If I catch you in the sewer again, or catch even a whiff of you stink around Akabara, I'll bring you in myself and make sure everyone knows it. Got it? Settle down. Let's just talk this through, honey. You cops aren't paid much, right? Fine, but your supervisor will hear about this. Even though he was an idiot, Goto probably knew that I didn't have a strong case against him. Nothing that'll land him in jail, anyway. All I could have hoped for is that his need to maintain appearance compelled him to stay away from Akabara long enough for me to get the information I needed. Well, I kind of wanted to shoot him, but sticking to the letter of the law is probably the best. I'm not sure if you should be here. I watched all of it. What did you did to Mori? You breaking into the evidence locker? What's wrong with you? If you could, I'm sorry. Everyone says you're sick. The way you've been acting isn't your fault. I destroyed the footage, Jamie. No one saw it. Consider it a favor for once. I'm not going to ask you about it or tell anyone about it. In return, get help. I can't stand seeing you like this. I can't look at you right now. Just go home. Won't let you in the building anyway. Well, let's go back to Akibara then. Good. I'm fine. Goto won't give you any more trouble. Seriously, how do you convince him to stop? That doesn't matter. Forget him. Remind me not to get on your bad side. I guess we owe you, huh? Now if you hold up your end of the deal, tell me everything you know about this collector. He knows everything, so I've got this theory, right? I think he's some sort of hacker, shutting himself in his room in, day out. Having all that kind of dirt must be great, though. Not to mention he must be loaded. The collector isn't interested in money. If you didn't pay him, then how did you get the picture? You told her. I told you that was private. Well, since you know anyways, when that client started following me home, I was desperate, so I asked the collector for something that would make him stop bothering me. In exchange, he asked for Only one thing. What did he ask for? I used to carry a photo of my dad on me all the time. He died when I was 7 years old, and I never told anyone I had it. Somehow, he knew. In exchange for that photo, he gave me the incriminating photo for free. What choice did I have? I was scared, but. But what? Ever since then, I feel like I forget my dad's face a little bit more every day. It gets more and more fuzzy. Why don't you go back and get it? His shop is right under this arcade. You can go get to it through an elevator, but I never found him again after that day. The elevator doesn't work normally. I tried, just to see. He controls it and leaves a sign that's turned on. What, you never told me that? I didn't want you going after him, Mocha. He's dangerous. Listen, I appreciate everything you did for me, really, but don't go after him. Something doesn't right with him. I appreciate this concern, Akane, but there's no need to worry about me. I'm sure I've come up against a lot worse than him. Look for 3 paper cranes hanging from the elevator. If you'll see them, you'll be able to go down. That's all I can tell you. Thanks. Stay safe, you two. Mmm. Well, hopefully she likes this one. She's beautiful. Where did you find her? I deem you Countess Belinda Flufflestuff. Isn't Samuel, but I suppose one must learn to move on from those things. Oh, that was quick. Anyway, since you're feeling better, can you tell me what you know about this collector now? Of course. I heard she studied fashion design in France and then came to Japan. She knows everything there is to know about Akiba fashion. She designed the maid costume I have on right now. She'd ask for money strange. How did you find her? Well, you probably won't believe me, but I spend a lot of time outside here promoting the cafe. Sometimes I notice the signs would flicker, the images on them would change. I can see from the mistress' expression that she does not believe me. It's true, I swear on my 9 lives. She shows you what you want on the sign, like an invitation to trade. Then, when there's 3 paper cranes outside her shop, you go down and she shows you what she has. Her taste is impeccable. She's never wrong. Listen, I get the maids are supposed to play along with fantasies and all that, but this is kind of hard to swallow. But it's true. Suppose you got some local computer hacker type to give her access to some of the signs in the area remotely. I think the other shop owners here don't mind because it only happens occasionally, and the stories probably bring in more business than the signs themselves. Am I missing something here? How does she know what you want? You're supposed to be the detective, not me. I bet she's got webcams everywhere so she can see what the girls are wearing and try to bait them in. It's a small group of people who know that rumor to begin with anyway. It's like a subliminal advertising. What's wrong?
No, it's not like that. It's not like what? This dress, the one she made for me, was exactly what I wanted. The bells, the stitching, everything down to the last detail. Everyone always assumed I had it commissioned, but I never told anyone the truth because I was scared. Somehow she knew exactly what I wanted. All she asked for in return was the old handmade dress my mother and I made together. An amazing deal, right? But something wasn't right about her or her shop. I mean, who has a shop that's 4 levels deep in the basement in a room with no other customers? I felt like some sort of criminal, even though all I was doing was getting a dress. And that dress, the one I gave up, it was cheap. The stitching was subpar, and there were patches all over it from all the times I had to repair it. Despite all that, I wish I'd never given it away. Sometimes I think I should try and get it back, but the truth is, I'm afraid to. I don't want to go back there. Sorry, I kind of got a little serious there. That's everything I know, though. Thanks again for getting me Lady Belinda. No problem, don't go losing her now. Well, I think that's far enough. So the question is, next time we play this, what does the collector want from us? What will we ask the collector? What's the collector going to give us? What's it going to all add up to? Are we crazy? Is there enough someone else that's crazy? I don't know. But let's take a look and see who's out there to raid. Okay, I know who will raid. So we're going to raid the Fluffy Animal 1. He's a friend of ours. He's raided us from a time or two in the past. We move over. Go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat. Thank you all for joining us here this evening. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.